Tonight here, a warning about Facebook and what some believe it's doing to kids. The warning comes from two of the company's earliest executives. Carter Evans is following this.
We kind of knew something bad could happen.
Chamath Palihapitiya, a former Facebook executive once in charge of user growth, now says he has tremendous guilt about the social network he helped build.
We have created tools that are ripping apart the social fabric of how society works.
And it's influencing the next generation. Studies show 92% of teens go online daily, and 1 in 5 young people regularly wake up in the night to send or check messages on social media.
People need to hard break from some of these tools and the things that you rely on. The short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. Bad actors can now manipulate large swaths of people to do anything you want.
He's not the only social media executive blowing the whistle. Former Facebook president Sean Parker recently said the initial goal was to get people hooked.
You're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. The inventors, creators understood this consciously, and we did it anyway.
We have to hold the tech industry accountable.
Jim Steyer is founder of Common Sense Media.
They, in many cases, have ignored the consequences, some of the downsides of some of the innovations they brought to our society.
You don't realize it, but you are being programmed. It was unintentional, but now you got to decide how much you're willing to give up.
In a statement, Facebook pointed out that Palihapitiya left the company more than 6 years ago, and a lot has changed since then. But Facebook also said, quote, "We have realized how our responsibilities have grown, and we're working hard to improve." Jeff?
A lot to think about tonight. Carter Evans, thank you very much.
Do anything you want.
He's not the only social media executive blowing the whistle. Former Facebook president Sean Parker recently said the initial goal was to get people hooked.
Barakataya Hawa, Barakataya Oshai, Barakataya Hawa, Barakataya Oshai, Barakataya Hawa, Barakataya Oshai, Bahashem Rakakudash, Kal Halalim La, Alahaya Nawa Hawa, Bahashem Shal Hawa Shai, Wa, Bahashem Shal Harakakudash, Laiwalam Yam, Shalawamak Yam, Kalalali Hawa Bahashem Yashai, the bonus to the laws and apostles of great mercy not do well. Peace and citations to the elect of Israel scattered abroad, teaching this word in sincerity and in truth. So you hear what I say? The initial goal was to get people hooked, right on Facebook. Right there, you play it again.
What?
He's not the only social media executive blowing the whistle. Former Facebook president Sean Parker recently said the initial goal was to get people hooked.
You're exploiting a vulnerability.
Right, so that was the goal, to get people hooked, and guess what? It worked out. Right? It worked out perfectly. Right? Because, hey, if Facebook is not the top social media app, it's one of the top. Right? Because it's Instagram and all them other shopping and stuff. Right? So, hey, their plan is not working out. Especially young niggas always on Facebook. Right, always posting up their life story and say that fucking shit that we don't care about. You understand? Always posting up some shopping and stuff, boy. Soon as they get food, if they're going out and they're eating all the best food, yeah, so that's scavengers they eating now, boy. You understand? But you know, they make them scavengers as delicacy. So they eating a little lobster and shrimp and thing. They'll take out a picture and post it up on the books, on their story on the books or something. You understand? And saying, my dinner today, you understand? Dinner tastes good today. And I said that shit. Dog, we don't care about fucking that. Most of our friends on Facebook ain't care about that. Dog, we don't care. Right? Niggas out here like to post their whole life on Facebook. Right? So, hey, whatever they wanted to accomplish, guess what? They get through. Right? They got what they wanted. They wanted to get people hooked onto it. And it worked out.
Only social media executive blowing the whistle. Former Facebook President Sean Parker recently said the initial goal was to get people hooked.
You're exploiting a vulnerability in human psychology. The inventors, creators understood this consciously, and we did it anyway.
We have to hold the tech industry accountable.
Jim Steyer is founder of Common Sense Media.
They, in many cases, have ignored the consequences, some of the downsides of some of the innovations they brought to our society.
You don't realize it, but you are
They ignore the consequences. They consciously know it. Right? See how wicked these motherfucking heathens is?
being programmed. It was unintentional, but now you got to decide how much you're willing to give up.
In a statement, Facebook pointed out that Polly Hapatia left the company more than 6 years ago, and a lot has changed since then. But Facebook also said, quote, "We have realized how our responsibilities have grown, and we're working hard to improve." Jeff?
A lot to think about tonight. Carter Evans, thank you very much.
In December 2017, former Facebook executive Chamath Palihapitiya said, "Your behaviors, you don't realize it, but you are being programmed." There is no denying the popularity of Facebook. It has over 2 billion users and around 1.2 billion of them use it every day. Of the social media giants, Facebook is the biggest. With that great popularity comes very great influence and potentially even greater threat. How dangerous is Facebook? One of the first things you might worry about on Facebook is privacy. On the one hand, Facebook constantly gathers a terrifying amount of personal data on your internet habits. Most obviously, when you join Facebook, it asks for a trove of information like your name, age, gender, address, sexual preferences, relationship status, job and qualifications, and so on. Less obviously, by default, it saves every like or dislike you make on Facebook as well as every hyperlink you click or share. In addition, of course, you can optionally upload any photograph you like, give any information you want through your status updates, or let other people know your current location through the check-in feature. Facebook actively encourages us to share everything we can, but security experts repeatedly warn users to think very carefully before they share anything. Facebook or apps that use its login features may sell your data to third parties. You might think your privacy settings prevent anyone but your friends from seeing your posts. But if your friends do not have the same privacy settings as you, complete strangers can have access to your posts. Sometimes, even the most harmless information can be used against us. For instance, employers use Facebook to judge the personality of applicants. Thieves are known to browse check-in updates so they know when people are not at home and can be burgled. In other cases, family photos of children or bikini holidays have found their way onto porn sites. Cyberbullying is also a growing problem on social media. Features like comments and reactions offer a forum for groups to mock and verbally abuse individuals. And while public abuse can be reported, Facebook's provisions for private messaging are also misused. Encrypted private messaging has been used to organize crimes. In India in May 2017, 7 people were lynched after a hoax message circulated on WhatsApp, which is owned by Facebook. Facebook Messenger is the medium of choice for Daesh to very effectively mount its recruitment and propaganda campaigns. More than 50 terror attacks, violent hate crimes, murders, and suicides have been broadcast to shocked viewers via Facebook's Live feature. Although Facebook is honoring promises to crack down on extremist and offensive content, even that has been questioned. Either deliberately or by mistake, Facebook has shown bias in its censorship. In September 2017, it set about deleting all content by or praising a Rohingya Muslim insurgent group in Myanmar. despite the fact Rohingya Muslims are the victims of an ethnic cleansing campaign carried out by the military. When it comes to censoring sexual imagery posted online, Facebook has been criticized for mainly deleting female or natural historical nudity. In November 2017, Facebook was widely mocked for asking users to send in their nude photos so that the company could prevent revenge porn. Censorship is a sensitive issue at Facebook because it relates to the question of how much the company can influence its users by controlling what they see. In particular, Facebook's revolutionary news feed is accused of wielding great power over society. Created in 2006, Newsfeed can best be described in the words of journalist Farhad Manjoo. It is a hyper-personalized front page designed just for you. Chris Cox, one of the team who developed Newsfeed, explains that every time you open the app, it weighs up the relative merits of 2,000 posts in your network, according to an algorithm that uses data from your browsing habits. As early as 2001, specialists like Professor Cass Sunstein warned this kind of social media can create an echo chamber, where computers only direct people to what they want and connect them to like-minded viewpoints. This reinforces users' political and social views and demonizes their opponents. The consequence is an increasingly divided society. This was brought into sharp relief by the 2016 presidential election. The candidates for both parties were even more polarizing than usual because social media assisted in what is called the confirmation bias. That is, people who already hated Donald Trump were fed negative articles about him, and people who already hated Hillary Clinton were provided negative news about her. As former executive Chamath Palihapitiya says, the short-term dopamine-driven feedback loops that we have created are destroying how society works. No civil discourse, no cooperation, misinformation, mistruth. Of particular concern was the revelation that numerous fake news items went viral thanks to the newsfeed algorithm. Facebook is notorious for letting any user buy ads without scrutiny. Facebook admits that, during the election campaign, it allowed Russian operatives to buy adverts that deliberately divided the US electorate. For just $100,000, non-American citizens were able to influence millions of American voters. Furthermore, in May 2016, Gizmodo reported some editors of the trending topics section were suppressing conservative points of view. Since then, Facebook has reduced the role of human editors in favor of algorithms. Indeed, Facebook's co-founder Mark Zuckerberg says he wants the company to be led by computers, not people, so that it can remain a politically neutral tech platform. This is why virtually anybody can buy an ad or set up accounts. Facebook says that since the user experience is personalized algorithmically by what users like, dislike, share, and click on, users are to blame for the echo chamber effect. Facebook now uses fact-checking partners to purge fake articles. It says just 1% of posts in its newsfeed are fake news. The popularity and influence they have is determined by how willing users are to believe them. Yet, the question of Facebook's influence would not be so inflammatory if the website were not so psychologically impactful. Facebook's founding president, Sean Parker, says, Facebook exploits a vulnerability in human psychology by creating a social validation feedback loop. Since 2010, at least 8 studies have shown that users not only have the behavioral patterns of an addict, but also feel worse about themselves over time. Users perceive their friends are leading better lives than them, or are genuinely happier. This can lead to emotional and mental health problems. At the same time, however, studies indicate that time spent on Facebook decreases one's sense of loneliness, and Facebook can be particularly rewarding for the elderly or infirm. In the 2017 Facebook manifesto, Mark Zuckerberg wrote, "Giving everyone a voice has historically been a very positive force for public discourse because it increases the diversity of ideas shared. But the past year has also shown it may fragment our shared sense of reality." More recently, he said that protecting our community is more important than maximizing our profits. Facebook has introduced several new features to help users report and reduce cyberbullying, or to help them reduce behaviors that studies show are psychologically damaging. It is also improving encryption software and hiring thousands of staff to find and expunge extremist content. Facebook says it wants to bring the world closer together. So far, it has the support of nearly 1/3 of the Earth's population.
Gone. So, right. Facebook, what I was saying, right? Alright, like, when you're downloading Facebook and other apps, right? They just ask you for your age, you know, your name, your age, where you living, you understand your location, where you're working at, etc. Right? What them all that information for? Right, that's the question I had to ask. Right? And next thing too with these apps, when you download these apps, right, let us ask to get see what I'm looking for. To get permission to your contacts. Right? To your gallery and a set of shit. What them want permission to go there for? And you had to click allow, because if you click deny, you can't get not to download, to use the app. You understand? And the reason why I'm making this video is because I had to delete Facebook, right? And I'm getting sick of the fucking ads now, right? How the fuck them know I delete Facebook, right? Because them know going on your phone, right? And I might even get to upload this video when I make it. Because there are certain videos I make and I couldn't get to upload them. So I ain't too sure if I'll get to upload this video. Right? But how the fuck them know I delete Facebook? Right? Because them know what's going on. Right? I delete Facebook, I set up fucking ads to install Facebook. Right? And Greater Life and Better is on Facebook. And I set up fucking shit. Right? As soon as I delete Facebook, as soon as I come off Facebook, right? As soon as I delete Messenger, it's the same thing. Set of ads when I take any videos with the Acom, right? Set of ads popping up, right? To install Messenger, to install Facebook, right? And I set of fucking shit, right? You see how dangerous this thing is? See how dangerous this thing is? You see how fucked up ESO is? Right? So when them niggas asking for permission to get into a gallery and to get into your contacts and thing, them know what I'm doing. It's to really hit deny, you know. But you really what they up to. So you're going to clicking allow. But hey, it's real dangerous. It's real dangerous. Alright? So I bring it on 2 Corinthians 2:11. Let Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, you understand? Right? His devices, right? All them fucking shit they're doing behind the scene. Right? And niggas out here just ain't going and get it. Right? When they're telling these niggas about it, it's like they're talking to a wall. It's like they're talking to a brick wall. Right? Because what is the purpose of Facebook getting into your contacts, getting into your gallery, and to your camera? They will access to your camera too. I nearly forget I want to what I have about Shimmy or Shy for paying it to my mind to bring it out. There's also ask for access to your camera. What them will access to your camera for? That's the next thing. Them niggas know what they're doing. They're serpents. Right? They're serpents. And when we, as men of the Lord, men of Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, we really have to walk circumspect when we out here. Because you don't know who's stalking we. Right? by re-downloading apps and thing on my phone. Right? And for them to be asking for access to your camera, right? To your gallery and to your contacts and thing. When we outside here, on the highways and byways, we had to be walking, we had to be circumspect. Right? Cause hey, it's a fucking Asians out here, boy. It's a fucking Asians out here, boy. Understand? Right? So that goes to show Esau is the devil and we ignorant of Esau devices, Satan devices. Right? See why we had a girl out here, right? And they can't go and tell her to nigga that. He wouldn't believe that. Who was conspiracy theory and I said that fucking shit. Nigga, you had to wake up, dog. You had to wake up. Jake, you had to wake up, boy. Right? Again, 2 Corinthians 20:11, let Satan should get an advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices. He wouldn't get an advantage of us. Because we're not ignorant of his devices. Right? All them shit with Facebook. Right? And they say they want to bring the earth together, the whole world together, and they have nearly 1/3 of the earth's population support already. Right? So that is how far they reach. That is how far Facebook reach. That is how far Facebook reach. Right? And when you're talking to niggas, when you're talking to them about this shoot and these things that going on behind the scene, as I say, it's like you're talking to a wall. That doesn't get no knowledge. Right? They're in a trance now. Right? And guys, there chapter 6. Real quick. And he said, go and tell his people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Verse 10, make the hearts of these people fat, make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and comfort, and be healed. Right? Niggas just wouldn't get it now. Speaking to these niggas is like speaking to yourself. Right? They wouldn't understand, they wouldn't get it. Right? So is the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai block their knowledge, block their mind, just to destroy them. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of great mercy that do well. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. Shalom.